So today, I'll go over the news later. It was like ridiculously hot today and humid. Um, yeah, so rolled with Hunter again, and rolled with another white belt. Rolled with Nick. Rolled with Valentino. I feel like another roller shoe missing. So the other white belt, he wasn't that good. So I was like passing his guard pretty easily. Got side control. He was like a lot bigger than me, so I couldn't really do anything in side control. So I went to north-south. Tried to do a paper cutter. I couldn't finish the paper guy. I got the grip in, but his neck is like really, neck and those shoulders is like really big, so it was hard to finish it. But I could actually use the control. He couldn't escape from it. So then I used that control to get into mount. I couldn't. So we actually reset at some point, and I had to pass him again and get into mount. But I had no problem controlling him at all in whatever position, inside control or mount. I couldn't finish him. Did I finish him? I think I finished him one time. No, I don't think I finished him. Yeah, but from paper cutter, not exactly sure. I think it's just his shoulder just kept getting. Oh, he gets his near arm in. So I couldn't clear his near arm to get my elbow on the ground. And then Fabio said to bring my left leg down or to sprawl on my left side, which I get now, but I wasn't really getting. Then I just switched to mount. But there I couldn't get the Ezekiel. I couldn't get my head. The big problem is I couldn't get my arm under his neck. So I couldn't do an Ezekiel. And then because of that, I couldn't get above. I couldn't move up to like high mount. But I just rode him out. I kind of smothered him a bit. Didn't let him. He tried to escape a few times just by pushing off, and I rode those out. So I'm very happy with the way I maintain mount because I've had problems before. I tried doing across his collar. I got one in, but not too deep. And then I think the round ended before I could finish, but I was having trouble. I was doing it really slowly. Sometimes when he tried to escape, he got on his side, so I went to like side mount, but then I couldn't. Actually, this is where it ended because I was trying to get like a Kimura and pull him to the side. Yeah, it's just kind of really difficult when their arms and wrists are really thick. It's like really annoying. I guess I should have done body triangle, maybe. Well, then I still have to go under his neck, so yeah, I'm not sure. But I don't know, I was pretty happy with that roll. Rolling with Hunter, also very happy. I finished on paper cutter a couple times. I was trying to get the Conte, but his arm was in the way. I thought if his arm was in the way, I would be able to staple his arm down, but it wasn't working that way. I had to think about why. Valentino got me in like a omoplata, and then he just like held me there. He wouldn't let me roll out, but he wasn't like doing anything. So I was like, why don't you just finish it? And then he finishes, and then he's like, oh, I was trying to do some fancy move or something like that. I was like, oh, okay. What else? Oh, so just the differences between the ankle picks was interesting. Yeah, so Fabio actually emphasizes like a sleeve collar grip to start. So that's one difference. The other difference is that Tim tells not to like pull on the ankle, just plant it down and push over, while Fabio's kind of emphasizing pulling, maneuvering the ankle. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I do notice, when we start from standing, some people let you get grips on the lapel very easily. Some people, it's like boxing. You're just like standing there, fainting for like 30 seconds. It's kind of funny. Christian showed me. So I've always had a problem if you underhook, or if you hook my ankle, I've always had a problem getting out of that. And he told me to back step around it. So if he has like an overhook on my right ankle, like my right ankle is above his leg, but he has like a grip on it. Like usually I've been like trapped in that position. So he said, bring the left leg, like back step with the left leg, and then you kind of pass at that point. So I'm gonna try that because I just feel very vulnerable in that position right now, because it's like one foot is glued to the ground. I don't really know what to do, so I have to remember that. And that is basically it. So today we did, Professor Fabio's back from a couple weeks off. So we did like takedowns from after doing like a fake guard pull. So we faked the guard pull and then went to an ankle pick. And then we did ankle pick on the other side. So if they pull back the foot that we're ankle picking, then you go crossbody. Then if you can't reach either foot, at that point in time you should pull guard. And then once you pull guard, you can get in position and pull a triangle. So that's the techniques we did. So faking a guard pull is do the exact same thing you would to do a guard pull. Then you bring your foot up and then you bring it back. So then you're in a position where, let's just say you're guard pulling with your left foot. So your left foot is behind you and your right foot is kneeling. So your right knee is up and your right foot is down. You want the knee to be like a 90-degree angle. And then so let's see. So if that was the case, so if you're fake guard pulling with your left foot, you would have a sleeve grip with your left hand and a lapel grip with your right hand. So you fake the pull. So now you're on the ground. You still have the lapel grip with your right hand, and then your right knee is up, left leg, left knee is down. So the straight one would be going for the left ankle. So you catch the left ankle and push with your right hand. Fabio kind of emphasizes pulling with the ankle pick. Tim focuses it more so that you hold the ankle in place and then push the body over, because he says your opponent's not going to have any weight on there. your opponent will have like all his weight on his foot, so you won't be able to move it. So, I mean, I guess you can pull on it, and if it moves, it moves. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Then the other way is if he pulls that foot back, then you reach across to your right, so his left foot, your right, and grab that ankle, pull that ankle across toward your left hand, and then instead of pushing with the lapel side, you'd be pulling him down with that hand. Then if he has both feet back, so now you kind of you're sort of doing like a technical stand-up with that posted foot. So this is why it's important for your right knee to be at a 90 degree angle. So you want that to be strong, and you kind of use that as a post and lever your body through to get your left foot on the hip. Fabio had it so that his foot ran along the length of his like hip line, and he did it against me, and it was crazy like how strong. You could feel his foot, like it felt like he was standing on me. That's like, and he was on the ground with his foot on, and I was standing above him, and his foot was on my hip, and it felt like enough force that as if he was standing on me. So he's pushing with his foot and also pulling on the lapel and creating that force. I think when I do it, it's like my foot is on it. It's just like resting on it. Like, and when other people have done it to me, it's like there's no pressure. But when Fabio did it, it was like a ridiculous amount of pressure. Like it was like we were doing two different moves. So then he brings his right foot out. So once his left foot is in the hip, his right foot, he doesn't bring his right foot in. It's actually like hanging out in space so that the opponent can't get it like an ankle grip or like a cuff grip. And then you can re-guard. So you can bring your right hand into the shoulder. So that's just straight re-guarding. And then to progress the triangle, you use your hips to shoot your right foot past the shoulder, above his head. You hook it so your knee, his neck is in the crook of your knee after you shoot it. Then you kind of simultaneously, your right hand, you can drop the lapel because now your leg is in the way of that grip anyway. So you grab his right wrist. So coming from the left side, his right wrist, you grab his sleeve and pull it across. And then with your left hand, you grab your right foot above his neck. So your left hand is locking in the triangle, and your right hand brings the arm across. Bobby said, don't worry so much about the arm. What is important is the triangle. So the left hand is more important than the right. I think the right first is more to, just because you're going to get jammed up if you have your right hand still on the lapel. So that's one reason why you want to move it also. So then your left hand is locking in the triangle, then you bring your left leg in. Oh, and you want to grab your shin, not your ankle, when you lock in the triangle, because you could hurt your ankle if he like explodes out of it or something. So then you bring your left leg in and close the triangle, and then you can finish from there. The more his right arm is like into his throat, the easier the triangle will be. And then also the more extreme your angle is, the tighter it will be. So Christian told me that he uses his right arm to underhook the leg in order to cut the angle. So that was the techniques.